to USA Swimming so that we can actually get this going for our swim team, so we can get more participants going. So we saw that we had a lot of people come in for to sign up and to try out, and so we want to make sure that you have a good experience this summer. Try to get things back to normal. So we're increasing the number of swimmers per session that we have and throughout the day practice time. So right now the coaches are working on that, getting that ready so we can take care of those that made it, so that we don't turn anybody away just because we just didn't have room for them. If you can do the skill levels and get it taken care of, you're made it on the team. So what we're going to do is we're making sure that when you do register your child, make sure you walk into the recreation office at 775 North Main Street in Spanish Fork. This is going to be very important. Do not call. They're going to get a big influx of phone calls. So make sure you go in personally, so that if you have to sign up with other things and the concussion form, that you can take care of that there. So be patient with that and get that in. You will be getting a call to know when you are going to be in practice and what practice time you're going to be in there. So we're very excited about it this year. We're trying to get it to be as normal as possible. There's going to be a few changes to make exceptions for the COVID-19 guidelines. We're working with USA Swimming and our county association so that we can make it work at practice and give these kids good social distancing skills and still maintain a good summer. So here we go, some things to be aware of. We want to congratulate all those swimmers that have been working hard so they could pass and get on the swim team. For some of you, it was just a switch over and you're pretty good, but for some of the younger ones, it is a very, very big deal for them. So we want to congratulate them for getting on. Now, as we get ready here, we would like to ask parents to also become a certified official. And to do that, you know, especially with you older ones, you can go on to the Utah High School Activities Association website for swimming, and there are some films to watch. We'll also send out those films in an email to get you trained. Just watch them, learn how to officiate. We do need a lot of officials. Now, if you want to take that further, if you go to www.uhsaa.org/swim/, there'll be a link there so that you can get certified for high school swim meets. Now, if you have a high school swimmer, each team, when we have meets, will need officials. You do get paid for it, and so we want to make sure that you have that opportunity. Now, let's talk about practice and how we're going to take this with COVID-19 guidelines and still maintain social distancing. In practice, right now, you will get a phone call and things to know what time you'll be coming. We'll have 4 separate levels. Level 4 will start at 7:30 a.m. and run for 45 minutes. Those will be our top swimmers on the team. Level 3 will start at 8:15, and those will be just next there, and they'll run for 45 minutes also. Level 2 will start at 9 o'clock, and these are our swimmers that have been on the team a little bit and are still developing. And level 1 starts at 9:45 and runs till 10:15. It's only half an hour. These are our beginners that are still learning some things, trying to get their stamina up. And so that's just going to be that way to help them do their best. Now, with that, with those practices, when we're in practice, we're going to ask parents to help out with social distancing and discuss this with your swimmer. As we are practicing, we can only have so many people in the water because we want to distance it here in the water. So to maintain and still increase the size of our swim team and still have everybody practice, we are going to set cones on the outside of the deck space and still have some exercises there. So what they'll do is they'll probably swim at 25, go out, do exercises at certain cones, and go in circle swimming, and then come back in the water doing 25, and then come back out and do it. It will look like organized chaos here at practices for a little bit till we get used to it. These are some guidelines that we found that USA Swimming has put out to help us get practices and maintain social distancing and still keep swimmers having a great summer. So we're going to do this while we are in this state of yellow. Until we go green, this is what we need to do to maintain with the guidelines for COVID-19 here in Utah County. So bear with us. We're going to do our best, and with your help, we can make sure that happens. Okay? Now, let's talk about what your swimmer needs to bring to practice. Okay, now when you come to practice, you'll need to get a good swimsuit to come in. You're going to be using a lot and it's going to get stretching. Make sure to bring a towel and some goggles. Also make sure to bring a water bottle. With a water bottle, you make sure you get some fresh water and put it in so that they're going to be kicking and things. They're going to have it set up, make sure that they know where it's at and not sharing with anybody. But so they're going to get a little thirsty. It helps them keep hydrated in the water. All right? Now, what should your swimmer do before each practice? Make sure they have something to eat for breakfast. Something small like a granola bar or something munchy that they can get out so they don't get sick during practice or throw up. After practice, we need to be aware of that they need to regenerate. Okay, they're going to be tired. You might notice they eat a little bit more. Make sure they get a good, healthy breakfast. Something to regenerate, something with protein in it. They can have protein shakes, those work out well. Chocolate milk will also work. Make sure you just get a good breakfast to help rebuild those muscles so they don't get all that lactic acid built up into them, but helps them repair their muscles so they're ready for the next day. Make sure they're drinking a lot of water. This is going to be very important because when they get dehydrated, it'll cause cramps in their legs. And one thing you need to remember, when your swimmer is at practice, they do get tired. They do need to have that water. And so make sure they're getting that water in there. It'll save their bodies, okay? Now, we want all swimmers to have a good experience on the team. We want them to build friendships, grow, and love the sport just as much as all our coaches do, all right? We expect all of our swimmers to put their best effort into whatever they do. At the time, some things might be difficult. You have to remember they're building stamina. Don't give up. These things are getting to be where they need to learn that it's going to be hard, their body will react, and they'll get into that stamina. So it may not be straight off just good at the beginning, but later on, they'll build that stamina, and you will notice a difference from day one to the last day. Now, swim meets are going to be a little bit different. Before we just had all the swim meets, but now we have to maintain social distancing. So we're going to probably change up the swim meets a little bit. Sorry, I'm getting a little dry. But with the social distancing, we'll probably just take age groups at a certain time each time. So look for these kind of explanations on how we'll do swim meets. Because if we do age groups, we'll have them come in, do their races, that age group leaves. Then we have the next age group come in and they'll swim their races and then they'll leave, okay? That way we maintain the crowd down to a certain size so we can have the crowd also maintain their social distancing. All right, you will receive a Google form email to sign up your swimmer. Make sure you do that, and by midnight on that Thursday night before that Saturday, it gives us time to set up the meet. When you get to the meet, what you'll need to do is to have your swimmer check in with their coach. They will check them off so that we know that they're coming in. If we're checking them off, then if they don't come, we can scratch them from their races and minimize the length of the meet. Now, at meets, we're going to need your help once again. Parents, we're going to need timers because we have the social distancing. We're going to need a whole fresh set of new timers every meet, okay? Every time session. So please be willing to help out because if you need to leave early, you're just going to be here for the whole time anyways. It might be only an hour that you're here. So that will be a lot easier. I know we've said this in the past. There's a joke about what are you going to do if you had one day to live? What would you want to do? The answer is go to a swim meet. Why? Because they last forever. Okay? So when we look at it that way, okay, it's going to be different because if we're just going to do age groups in and out, it's not going to last forever. So just in and out, and you have your Saturday. It's like almost going to your ball games that only last an hour anyways. So be aware of that. Things to change on that one. But we do need your help for that one. All right? When to show up for meets. Show up about 15 to 20 minutes ahead of time so that you can check into your schedule with your coaches. During that time, we'll probably be having our guards getting the pool back to normal and cleansed during that time so that we can start it up again. We'll have bullpens here and then the getting guards things. Make sure that your child knows how to get into a bullpen. We'll set them up, things like that. Now, when you come to a swim meet, make sure you bring snacks for your swimmer. They are going to get tired also. They need things to eat, things to drink. Make sure they stay hydrated. Do not bring heavy, greasy things for them to eat as snacks. Something lighter, like vegetables and fruits and things like that. Maybe a little bit of granola bars, but nothing really heavy. Try to stay away from candy bars, chips, and desserts. That will definitely make sure that they don't get a very good time on that one. Now, what's your responsibility as meet? Like I said, we do need timers. Also, if you bring little kids to watch, please watch over them. Don't let them run around here. Don't let them run around in practice. If you come during practices or meets, make sure you're spreading yourself out. We have plenty of grassy area, and just come up when your swimmers swimming for their races. During practice, we ask you to keep try to just drop them off and leave. If not, you wanted to watch, you can sit here. Make sure you do your social distancing, and if you have little ones with you, keep them around you so they don't run around the park. Together we can get through this, and we can maintain social distancing and get that done correctly. Other things that we're going to do here, we're going to try to do relays this year. So where we have it, we want everybody to have fun. Why is a relay so important? Well, it builds team spirit, gives you a team relationship with others, swimmers that you've been practicing with, and that friendship can carry on throughout their lives. So we want to build that up a lot. Okay, now your meets, as we talked about that, not going to last a long time. We're going to try to make arrangements with the COVID-19 guidelines to get that done. Now, what do I do about the championships? Are we having those? Right now, as we've talked with our county swim league, we are going to do a virtual championship where each team will run their championship at their pool. Once they have that ran, they will send the times in to me. We're going to keep a running scoreboard and set up a website so we can get those things done, and so people can know that this is how it looks and who's doing what and who's who fast. So be aware, we're still going to run the gold, silver, and bronze meet. Now, if we go green, we already have it reserved here at Spanish Fork Water Park. Then we'll set it up here, and we've kept that reserved just in case we go green. So be aware that could change at any time. We still want to have that competition. So we'll keep that. Make sure you're going to get a packet to know what they qualify for bronze, silver, or gold. So we're going to be looking at those times, and you have to have 2 of your races in that meet to get into it. So be aware of that. There's going to be a packet that we're going to hand out on the first couple of days of practice. Make sure your swimmer picks it up. If you're gone this weekend or whatever, we'll have more, and when you get back, we'll get you some there too. So make sure you pick up the packet, go through it. There's going to be a Remind app that'll be on there. This Remind app will also send out to parents to say, hey, this is what we're doing. We're having practices at this time, or practice is canceled. We'll try to post it and communicate the best we can, and we'll put reminders to do swim meet signups. Now, what I'd like to do is to introduce you to your coaches here.
Hi, my name is Coach Tate Colton. I've been with the Spanish Fork swim team since I was 11 years old. That's when I started swimming here, and I've been a coach for 2 years now. Really excited to work with this program. We're going to do great this year.
Hey guys, my name is Coach Brooklyn Brown. This is my 2nd year here coaching. I've been swimming since I was about 11 years old competitively. I'm really looking forward to this year. Can't wait to see what it has in store for us.
Hey, I'm Coach Jordan Keith. I come to you from Thatcher, Arizona. I grew up swimming my whole life in city leagues. We didn't have a high school team, but I swam all the way till I went on my mission. And then when I was at BYU, I swam there in the swim classes, and I've been coaching in Arizona for about 10 years, coached up at Skyview High School for 2 years, and then this year I coached at Salem Hills High School. So excited to join the Spanish Fork City swim team and coach and bring what I've learned from all my experience here. So it's going to be a great year, great season.
Hi, I'm Coach Morgan Coberly. I have been swimming probably ever since I could walk, and I really love it. And I am really excited to coach your kids because I love competition and I think it'll be fun.
Hi, I'm Coach Savannah Hampton. I've been swimming since I was little, and I also played water polo at ASU. I'm excited to be coaching because I love seeing improvement and having fun. I'm excited to meet you.
Okay. Hey, this is Cade Parkinson, Coach Parkinson. I am coaching This is my first year, and I am just super excited to teach the kids how to swim because I love swim, and honestly, just coaching swim has just always been one of the things I've wanted to do. So I'm just gonna give it a shot, and hopefully I'm good.